Hey guys, happy Monday. Hopefully you guys can see that. We had a little bit of a technical issue, so say hi if you're here. Let me know you're watching, and we will get started. Hopefully you guys are all recuperating from daylight savings time if your state takes part in that. Hey Bonnie. It always throws my husband for a loop. It doesn't really bother me too much because I'm like, you're only missing 1 hour on that one day, but it affects him for a few days for some reason. So hopefully you guys, hey Diane, hey Sylvia, hi Bonnie from New Mexico. So hopefully, yes, you guys are all bright-eyed and ready to start the week today. So today we are focusing on kids crafts, kids creating and the different ways that Kiwi Lane can help with that. So, hey Nicole. So I'm gonna, after talking about daylight savings time, right? I was having a little trouble this morning getting going when I got to work to focus on the tasks for the day, and so I decided to do a little coloring. I knew I needed these for this live today, and so I decided to color. And so I want to talk for a few minutes about the benefits of coloring. Kids color, right? All kids grow up coloring in elementary school, preschool. They start from a very young age, but over the last quite a few years, it's developed into adult coloring books, and so there's benefits of coloring for all ages. And one of the benefits that I took advantage of this morning was to improve focus. It improves your focus, it relaxes your brain, improves your brain function, kind of puts you in that, we've talked about that before here at Kiwi Lane, your flow state, right? It just gets your mind going. It improves your, the slang term is creative juices, right? It gets your creative juices going, but it kind of just focuses your brain a little bit. It also has been shown to reduce anxiety, relieve stress. So lots of benefits. Share with me if you guys have. I actually love coloring. It's one of the things that I have done for a long time. Not necessarily with crayons, but I usually use colored pencils and markers or whatever. But I used to do it all the time. When I was a kid, I would ask for coloring books for my birthday or Christmas, but I was specific. I did not like the coloring books that had like the brown paper or the gray, whatever you want to call it. I wanted coloring books that had white paper, like copy paper almost, right? I was pretty particular on my color books. So my parents always had to look high and low for coloring books with white paper, because it's just a smoother finish. But Nicole, I loved color. Yeah. So I don't know, even to this day, I am drawn to bright colors and just vibrant colors. And I don't know if that's why, if that stemmed from coloring over the years, but I'm just drawn to lots of color. So one of the other benefits for coloring for kids in particular is it teaches their color awareness, recognition, discernment between colors. It helps them learn boundaries and structure and spatial awareness. So when you're coloring in the lines, it allows them to get familiar with boundaries and where the barn stops and starts, and where that runs into the sky, and how you kind of keep that in those boundaries. It also improves confidence and self-esteem, because if I, as a kid and I made something, a work of art, right? And you go and show your mom, and what does she do? She puts it right on the refrigerator or in a frame or something, and she tells you, good job, you know, that looks really great. And so that is just a great way for them to see, just like we do with our scrapbooking layouts, right? We get so much fulfillment from a finished product, the finished creation that we created, or, you know, whatever that might be. But to look at it and be like, wow, I made that, and feel that self-fulfillment and self-esteem and confidence that comes from that. It also helps with self-expression. Like, if I wanted this tractor to be green and if I wanted it to be blue instead of green, I could make it blue. Like, I could make, it just allows you to express yourself, whether you're feeling sad, happy, kind of just down in the dumps, right? It allows you to express yourself and the emotions that you're feeling at that time. So there's so many benefits of coloring, but today we are going to focus on how the designer templates allow us to work with our children, our grandkids, either to help them create coloring pages or to create coloring pages for themselves. So it is so easy, guys. We have, first of all, so I created these different scenes. So we've got it like a country farm scene. We've got an ocean scene. I made like a Halloween color page. But there's so many other options. If you have the Kiwi Lane checklist app, that's where I would direct you first. Let your kids or your grandkids or whoever scroll through there and see if there's any shapes that stand out to them. Or they could go through your designer templates in person, right? Start flipping through them and see what you got. There's so many options in there to create so many different color page styles. So that would be my first step, is to look through your designer templates, look through the app, let your kids find shapes that fit their desired theme or, you know, style. Then what you're going to do is you're going to trace them. So I'm going to walk you through it on this, you know, just pull out some, you know, we all have probably printers at our house or whatever. Most of us are scrapbookers, so I'm sure we even have just plain white cardstock. So you could even get white cardstock if you wanted. But you're just going to get your designer templates and whatever they pick out and just let them start playing. In some, you know, they could even lay them out on the paper and just trace one at a time. Or they could design their scene just like we do with our scrapbook layouts, right? This is a great way to introduce them to the creation process, to paper crafts in general. Maybe it'll lead into scrapbooking maybe eventually, who knows? But it's just a fun way that you can spend time. They could even be working on this while sitting next to you while you're creating a layout. But there's so many different ways. So like I was saying, they could design their own scene, or, you know, put one thing on a page. Either way, like, it doesn't matter. They're the creator at this point, so they could just lay it all out. Maybe we'll put a little butterfly up here. You know, mix and match sets and see what, like, this is using nature here, but I pulled in a border for Abbey Road for the, you know, the grassy hillside on the back. This is tiny nature butterfly, and then I pulled in tiny egg hunt. Easter is coming, right? So spring, Easter, you could throw in a few little flowers if you wanted from like tiny plants or whatever. So, and then you're just going to, so you could design it like this, right? Or, like I said, they could just trace one piece at a time. And, you know, you guys are familiar with your kiddos that you have in your life. So you can decide if they need help maybe tracing, or you guys could work together. Maybe you hold it for them and they trace it. Or maybe they're to the age where they can trace it on themselves. But one of the awesome things about our designer templates is that they're easy to move and maneuver and create in different ways. So, you know, if I wanted my hill here and then I wanted, I could make like another layer down here and tuck stuff in, or I could make it, turn it over, and I can make like a little road. I could get out, you know, a trail and make a little walkway. There's so many things that you can just easily move and manipulate, and kids love that. Kids love hands-on learning, right? It allows them to problem solve and think through their thoughts and their ideas and manipulate as they go. So along with the tracing, like if they are, you know, to the age where they can start at least trying to trace or tracing on their own, it's only going to help with motor skills and refine those skills as they move farther down their creation journey. And so you might, you know, depending on their age, you know them best, so you can determine if maybe you start helping them a little bit, or maybe you trace for them and then they color in. But there's lots of options to help them be successful. So if I was designing it as a full thing, you could, when it's all designed together, you could then, you know, not trace over, because now I've got the hill right in my tree. So you could just easily erase that line, right? Because you're not going to want to color that hill in. You can erase those. So you could go back and show them how you can erase the lines that you don't want anymore. Or you can leave them. Like either way, it's not going to, they can color over it. It's not going to hurt anything. They're just having fun at this point and learning from that play that they're experiencing. So, and then, yeah, you're just going to allow them to move and create and trace, and that's the other great thing about the designer templates is they're safe. They're safe for kids to use on their own. They don't need any, you know, it's kind of a break from devices, technology, right, that our kids are like have coming at them in every angle. You know, they deal with so much technology at school and, you know, home as well. And it just allows them to calm their brains and just to get in that free flow state and not having really to worry about, you know, fussing on preparation or cleanup or devices or anything like that. It's just a fun, relaxing activity that they could do. They could even do it on a car ride, right? If you picked out some templates that they wanted to use in the car, they could trace some color pages and design them all on their own and then color them in, which would be really fun. So you could tuck some eggs over here. Behind the tree. You could even double some up. You know, lots of ways to create. Okay, so once you get, let's see, I'll tuck this small one in the front. Okay, so you're going to, once you get your color page designed, right? Then you get a color. You break out the crayons and you let them just color. They can just fill it in, right? I'm gonna give the fast version, guys. Have any of you guys ever done this with your kids or your grandkids or whoever you have around? Maybe you've done it for yourself. Have you guys, let's be honest, have you ever created a color page for yourself with the designer templates? Share with me, guys. So then they're just going to color them in. And, you know, a simple box of crayons, some paper, and a pencil, and your designer templates, and you've got a fun, relaxing, but educational activity for them as well. Let's see. Also, the other thing, so I'm going to tell you guys, I tried, so I So, okay, I'll show you these. So this one I used our country designer template set. I pulled in shine a la carte as well. And a border. I can't remember. This might be Abbey Road as well. But, so the country accessory set. This one I used haunted and then pulled in some pumpkins from other sets. The pumpkin a la carte that was in a Kiwi Club, and then this is in Tiny Holiday. So, and then this is Coastal Highway border and Paradise and Tiny Plants is what I use this little plant from. Tiny Seaside, Shine. So just mix and match, and you can come up with all sorts of ideas. Oh, let me grab it real quick. I'll show you what I was working on. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a challenge, okay? You guys willing to take on the challenge today? So I wanted to make like a truck, like a monster truck. Can you guys see? Hopefully I don't know if you can see the lines on that or not. So I was wanting to make a monster truck. So I pulled out, let's see if I can remember them now. I believe it was Tiny Explorer. So Tiny Explorer, and I doubled it up to make the wheels. And then I was like, how can I make like the body? So I pulled out like photos and I think mini photos, and I tried to make this. It didn't really work, guys. But I want to challenge you. See if you can, you or your kids or your grandkids, see if they can make a monster truck or a cool vehicle of some sort. And I want you to post it in the comments below this video. Because I think it would be so cool to use the templates in some way to make a cool monster truck type thing for the boys, okay? So there's got to be a way. And I was thinking this morning that maybe triangles. Maybe I should have pulled out triangles. But I think there's a way. So I want you guys to take on the challenge and show me how. Give your kids the challenge, right? See if they can come up with some way to make a monster truck. Let them go through your designer templates and see what they can come up with. I bet their creative juices will flow, and I bet they can come up with something really awesome. So I hope you guys take on that challenge. Show us what you come up with in the comments, and we would love if you share this idea with your kids. If they use your designer templates to create some pictures and stuff, definitely post them. We would love to see them in the community, be inspired by all the kiddos in your lives. So definitely share with us what they create. We would love to see it. I thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of your week and a great rest of your Monday, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.